So this is where you've been sleeping?
Hell yeah.
Is it comfortable?
Honestly, I don't know. Check it out.
It's really comfortable.
No, it's cool.
I was in my bed, like I've been sleeping a lot. Yeah, I want to go look at it because I actually have not been over that way.
Why was the whole episode about this unnecessary drama? I don't even understand why we had to see through the drama between Jeremiah and Huda. Is that because they're about to be split up, or is production trying to get the viewers to split them up? I don't get it. And then to say I'm disappointed for Charlie is an understatement. I didn't expect Hannah to do that. I didn't. And it doesn't make sense that 1 minute she was lovey-dovey with Charlie, and then the next minute she's in speakeasy making out with that man and eating his face off. I didn't like that. And then Ace is shown his true colors. We can all see he's smitten. He really likes Iris. The fact that he couldn't look at her when she walked away from him should be enough reason to let my girl Shirley know that he's not her guy. She needs to keep it stepping. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 7, Episode 9. So the challenge is finished. Ariana is gone. You have the islanders top of their ex-pedestals. The guys go on their own. The girls go on their own. And then you have, surprisingly, Huda is sitting next to Iris. I don't know whether it's production who coordinated that. I didn't like the way she kept staring at her. And personally, I have an issue with the way Huda behaves when a bombshell comes in. The fact that every time a bombshell tries to get to know Jeremiah, she then sort of puts them in the enemy list, and she has to sort of go to war with them in a silent war until she realizes that they're actually not interested in a guy. That I didn't like. Iris obviously told them that she's a tattoo artist. She owns a tanning salon or something like that. Then you had her to say, "Oh, I really need a tan." Blah. And it's like, but girl, you were leaning backwards and you were yelling at her for kissing your guy. How did we go from that to you suddenly saying that you wanted to spray? You want to spray? Make it make sense. The guys. They were happy to meet the new guys, but you have Taylor nervous. Taylor's nervous because he doesn't know what's going to happen, because he knows for a fact there's a strong possibility that this guy might like Olandria, and he hasn't been the best of partners to Olandria, so I would be cheering for Olandria to move on. So you have Pepe go for a chat with Hannah. Hannah is smitten, and I don't know what about Pepe is sort of making her behave the way she's behaving, because I really thought she was into Charlie. So the idea that she's suddenly so giddy and so excited to be chatting with someone else, I don't know. I didn't realize that she's a doctor. Well, she said she's training to be a doctor, so I assume it's a medical doctor. And I was like, wow, that's amazing for her. They really seemed to get along. They had good chat, good banter. They were really in this giddy, happy space, which I love for her, as long as she doesn't leave Charlie, because I don't think Charlie deserves to be sent home. You had Nick go for a chat with Iris, because Iris said, her type of guy is Nick. Nick said his type of girl is Iris. And it's like, Nick will say anything. Nick loves being in the mix, so he will say anything. Do I think they make a cute couple? No, I still think Nick deserves to be with Sierra. I love the fact that Sierra strutted her stuff right in front of Nick, and Nick was distracted for a moment because he was checking out to see what was going on with her. I don't think, in my opinion, Iris will be able to turn Nick's head, but I could be pleasantly surprised. You had Huda sit down for a chat with Jeremiah in Soul Ties. This is what I think. This man is getting exhausted because he's noticing the red flags, the tantrums that she throws when other women are around him, the fact that she wants so many things from him. I really don't see them as a healthy couple. In my opinion, when they split, it's going to be mayhem. It really is going to be mayhem, because she's asking him, somebody's making hibachi breakfast, someone is arranging a dance class, you're not doing anything for me. It's like every morning without fail, this man brings you breakfast. At least ask him. Don't compare yourself to what other people are getting. Tell him what you want, and then he will see if he can do it for you, or if he can't. If he can't, it's amazing. You keep it stepping and you find your next person. I am surprised that Jeremiah didn't bring up the issue with the way she reacted when he was being kissed, because when she was being kissed she didn't overreact, but in my opinion she overreacted once Iris started kissing Jeremiah. So I'm surprised Jeremiah didn't say anything. He said he's trying to still digest the issue that she has a child, but I wish they'd have an open conversation. In my opinion, Jeremiah is checking out, and in checking out he's trying to make sure that he doesn't leave with a bad edit. And then you had Jaylen go for a chat with Olandria. I think they make a cute couple together. I think they do. I think they really look stunning together. Olandria looks smitten. I hope she is, because we all know that Taylor is not feeling her that way. Taylor is just humoring her until this person comes through the door, and he is going to sort of give it a good go to make sure that he wins her, because you had Taylor and Ace in the kitchen having a conversation with Ace, sort of telling him that, you know, you need to make sure that you really graft her hard, otherwise you're going to go home, because it seems she's interested in this new guy and this new guy seems interested in her. And it's like, it's not a competition. It's either you do your part or you don't. You can't only do something just because you're afraid that somebody else is going to steal your partner. So you have Amaya sit down for a chat. She sits down for a chat with Pepe. Do I think he likes her? I don't know. Because when he walked in, his choices were Sierra and Hannah. And it seems with Hannah, they have great banter. It seems they really sort of click whatever it is they like about one another. It seems like she was smitten. So I don't know whether he will be able to create a bond with Amaya, even though she's very open to the idea of dating him. It seems they've both got Hispanic background. They both speak Spanish. And she really was smitten. Amaya really was smitten, and she was telling everyone with ears to hear that she is smitten. And the islanders get ready for bed, and you have a couple of guys nervous. You have Charlie who's nervous. You also have Nick who's nervous that their girls might be taken by the bombshells. And Taylor is really trying to pacify himself. He's really trying to make it seem like it's not that big a deal and that he has this girl on lock. But it's like, you haven't done anything up until now to prove to her that you really like her. So I can't see how she can be convinced that you are her number one. The islanders get ready for bed, and in bed you can see who's making out, and it's like, I thought you people were not getting along as much, because especially with couples like Shirley and Austin, the way they were big spoon and little spoon, I didn't get it, because if they're big spoon little spoon in bed, why is she still entertaining that little boy Ace? Everybody else was comfortable and was making out. This poor single people were just laying there. In the morning, you have Nick actually say to Sierra, when I make you breakfast, I'm also going to make breakfast for the new girl, Iris. And Sierra was okay with it, because she said, you know, at least he told us. It wasn't a surprise. Well, the girls are having their makeups done. You have the boys bring up breakfast. Nick is the first to come up. He said he was bright and early, so he brought breakfast. He gave it to Sierra first, and then he left Iris's plate on the side. And then you have a situation that sort of took me aback, because you have in the kitchen, Jeremiah is really working hard to get her breakfast. He made her the pancakes and stuff, brought the stuff upstairs, and then she complained to him that, oh, there's no protein. And it's like, girl, if you want a protein, go downstairs and make it yourself. Be appreciative of the fact that at least he's made you something. And he tried to explain to her that I'm not the only person in the kitchen. There are other guys making breakfast as well, so we take it in turns, so I can't expect to be the only person cooking in there. And then she complained that her pancakes were raw. It's like, girl, you can go and do it yourself. It's the effort that counts. He's tried his best, he's failed. You can go and make that yourself. So you then have in the kitchen, well, people are having their breakfast, and Nick is speaking to Ace, and Ace is, well, Nick asked Ace that what's going on with your love triangle, and Ace was like, there's no competition. You know, Austin is not my competition. And it's like, well, that's not what we're seeing in bed. In bed, it looks like you have competition, and sadly, Austin has the leg up on you because he is spending more time in bed with Shirley than you are. Anyway, Nick then does a yoga pose with him. Some of the sexually explicit moves that Ace was doing, I didn't like them. I really didn't like them. I personally don't understand, and I don't understand how Shirley's still eating this nonsense up with the production are encouraging it. Because at the end of the day, this man was not making any effort up until his connection with Amaya failed. When his connection with Amaya failed, that's when he started making an effort for you. So what is it in particular that's become so attractive about you now that he split up with Amaya that wasn't attractive before he split up with Amaya? That's what I would be asking him. There's trouble in paradise because you have a fallout between Jeremiah and Huda, and personally I don't quite get it. I really don't, because you had Huda. Initially she was upset that the pancakes were raw. Then she went in the kitchen and she decided to make breakfast herself. Once she made breakfast, she has these patronizing tendencies that she herself does not recognize, because she said to this man, make sure you eat all your breakfast, and he said, okay mom. And it's like, yeah, it does sound parental the way she speaks to you at times. It's like, why are you speaking to him like you're speaking to your child? And she then stormed off because she felt like, why didn't you help me? And it's like, you said you were making breakfast. I left you to make breakfast. So what's wrong now? Why didn't you help me? I'm used to a man who does everything for you. And so I don't get why you're not. And it's like, girl, please stop. Stop looking for an excuse. They are a very unhealthy couple. And I hope, if nothing else, Jeremiah actually gives Iris a chance, because he might actually have a better relationship than what he's currently in. What he's currently in is unhealthy. It's very toxic. It needs to end. There's trouble in paradise because you have Jeremiah moaning to Charlie and Nick about the situation with his connection with Huda. And then you have Huda moaning to the girls. She's moaning to Olandria, Celie and Sierra. And I don't think it's such a big deal. I think there are two people that are very possessive and very territorial that started off by playing games, and now they might be catching feelings or something to that effect, and so they don't know what to do. I personally feel like I don't know. I don't think they are a healthy couple. I think they need to split up and they need to keep it stepping. They need to find their person, because whatever they're doing is not working. Whatever they're aiming for in this connection is not working. So they might as well just call it quits and move on to the next person. You then have Iris come and pull Jeremiah for a chat. I think production encouraged that. They sat down for a chat. What do I think? I think Jeremiah likes Iris, but at the same time, Jeremiah doesn't want a negative added, in the sense that he's worried that if he suddenly dumps Huda, how will it look on to the viewers? Because otherwise, there's no reason why he can't explore anything. His connection is not healthy. He's seen quite a number of red flags. So the idea that you would want to continue in a connection whereby he continues to see red flags doesn't make sense to me. He's seen not one, but a couple. The way she talks to him, the way she's always hypercritical about everything. So the idea that he wouldn't give somebody else a chance doesn't make sense to me. You have Sierra go for a chat with Pepe, and Nick is nervous because Nick goes within ear range. I think he wanted to hear what was being discussed. He went to Charlie, and they were just having a basic conversation about children, about what they do for a living. And Sierra was saying she's taken aback because she didn't expect him to pull her, where I don't think she knew that, she was one of his top two when he walked in, because he said his top two were Hannah and Sierra. So I really hope Sierra doesn't leave Nick, because I think they make a cuter couple with Nick. Yes, Nick can be silly at times, but I think they are way better for one another. You then have Taylor and Olandria do this yoga or whatever session. And it's like suddenly Taylor is being sort of intentional with his actions. Is he intentional because he really likes this girl, or is he intentional because he doesn't want her to dump him? Even Olandria on her part is asking this question, because they had what's his name? Oh my God, Austin conduct this class. Austin's moves, I don't even know where he finds them. I think they're all fake. I think he tries to be the wisest person and everything he does is very fake, unless he's doing it just for TV. So after the session, you have Taylor and Olandria go up to the terrace, and they are joined by Shirley. Shirley is struggling because at the end of the day, she's in this love triangle and she doesn't know who to pick between Ace and Austin. I love that she notices that from day one, even Olandria told her, from day one, Austin has been intentional. He has remained consistent. Whereas with Ace, he was here, there, and everywhere. And then when he realized that he lost his last option, that's when he turned around and he started focusing on her. And that should be question enough for her to say, no, this is not my person. This is not it. So you had Ace on his part have a conversation with Iris. They seemed to get along. Iris was actually impressed because she didn't expect the conversation to be that good. Ace says he's looking to find his person. Ace is 22 years old. He needs to take several seats. He's not there for love, and he needs to be honest about that, and he needs to keep it stepping and stop wasting the girl's time. Sadly, because Huda and Jeremiah are not in the best space, everybody in the villa has to suffer. Everyone has to sit and listen to them moan and groan about one another. You have Huda venting to Amaya about the fact that she feels like this man is not doing enough for her. She deserves better. She knows her worth, and he's playing with her. So at any point she could leave him. And this just further cements what the guy said when Jeremiah was upset, that she's not as into him as she makes out. Because why else would she say she's ready to move on if he doesn't do what she wants? That makes you believe that she's not emotionally invested. Yes, she likes him, but I don't think she likes him enough to not explore connections with other people. I think she likes him because she knows he'll give her security. And the fact that they're the mummy and the daddy of the villa, that is sufficient for her to continue to explore that with him. On his part, Jeremiah, you have him sit down with Austin and he's sort of venting about the whole situation with Huda and sort of saying, I don't understand what the big deal was. And everyone can't understand the big deal. Everyone is just as confused as he is. So it's not just him who's confused. The islanders get ready for the night. And then while they're getting ready, you have the guys having a conversation in the bathroom. And it comes out that, Huda apparently actually asked Taylor to make her pancakes. It's not like he started making pancakes out of the blue. So she asked him to make her pancakes and then came out and made it seem like Taylor was more caring and accommodating by just offering voluntarily to make her pancakes. And this didn't sit well with Jeremiah. You could tell this really infuriated him further. And it's like the two of you are not right for one another. The two of you are very unhealthy. You're very toxic. You need to sort of part ways. You have Olandria sort of venting to Shirley and sort of saying she doesn't know what's going on. Yes, Taylor's applied a lot of pressure, but at the same time, she doesn't understand whether he's applying pressure because he's worried that she might be stolen by Jaylen. I think at recoupling, people need to couple her up with Jaylen. That's my opinion. And let's see what happens. Couple her up with Jaylen, couple Taylor with somebody else, and let's see what happens, whether Taylor will come back. Because I actually think Taylor has a better connection with Amaya than he does with Olandria, and he's been more expressive with Amaya, especially in their kisses, than he was with Olandria. Even with Iris, his kiss was more passionate than the kiss that he shares with Olandria, the girl he's currently in a couple with. You have the islanders come down, pick up their drinks, and then the guys, you have Nick go for a chat with Iris. I didn't quite understand that. It was just a basic conversation. For Nick to leave that and say this was an amazing chat, it wasn't an amazing chat. That's just polite for them to say it was an amazing chat. I didn't quite get what in particular they liked about that conversation. They seemed to get along well. They seemed to have a lot of things in common, but it didn't seem like it was romantic. And while they were having this conversation, Taylor was having a conversation with Sierra, and Sierra was saying she's nervous because she really likes Nick. We all know she likes Nick. And so she's worried that what will happen if she explores if he continues to explore Iris, will he leave her for Iris? And it's like, that is a worry, but I don't think Nick should be her worry. I think people like Ace should be more of a problem for her, for Iris than anything else. I don't think romantically she's feeling Nick, even though she said he's her type of guy. You then have Olandria go for a chat. She goes for a chat with Jaylen. I think they make a cute couple. I think they have a lot of things in common, and I think Jaylen is more sort of expressive with how he feels about her, and it's not forced. It doesn't come across as forced. So I really hope she continues to give him a chance. They have a lot of things in common. They spoke about his work schedule. They spoke about his downtime, what he does with himself, and so it was really cute to see them just get along and just sort of find what in particular they like about one another. You then had Nick and Taylor go and sit close by so that they could listen in. And they were Nick was trying to hype up Taylor and tell him you don't have anything to worry about. And it's like, this man has said he's not attracted to this girl. Why are we making it seem like he's really attracted to her? He's worried that if she's stolen, he might go home, but it's not because he's attracted to her. I don't think so. So I don't get it, and I don't understand the rationale behind that. Once Olandria and Jaylen stopped talking, you heard Nick and, well, you heard Taylor say, oh, is the conversation already finished? That was quick. And it's like, well, maybe he doesn't need to waffle. You had Ace go up to the terrace with Iris. Ace and Iris get along. And Ace, I think, this is my opinion, Ace has been applying a lot of pressure for Shirley, that he's embarrassed to suddenly turn his back on Shirley because of everything he's done, saying that, you know, she's this girl, she's this, that, and the other, because he is interested in Iris. I can see that. The fact that I don't know whether production asked him to move seats and sit closer to her, whatever happened there, the fact that he couldn't even look back when she started walking away, and you could see this guilty grin on his face that he really wanted to look back. I think he makes a better couple with Iris than he does with Shirley, and he needs to leave Shirley alone to find her person instead of continuing to waste her time. You have Charlie's in the kitchen. He's making guacamole, and then Pepe comes in and says he wants to sort of use that area with Hannah. And Charlie's like, I'm already making guacamole. If the two of you want to have a conversation, you can go elsewhere. So they went to speak easy. And Charlie, his sixth sense, oh my God, I love that. His gut instinct is on point. It's on point because he was sort of worried that something was going to happen. So while they were in Speak Easy, he pulled Shirley aside for a conversation, and he was saying, I have a feeling they're going to kiss. And she was saying, no, don't worry about that. If they do kiss, she will let you know. And it's like, Charlie has been nothing but a great guy to Hannah. I don't get why Hannah would want to do that. And so for Hannah to go into Speak Easy and kiss this man, I think it's something that she just wanted to do for the sake of doing it. I don't know whether there's any emotional investment there. I think it's just a physical attraction, which is really sad that now she's going to hurt somebody else by doing that, because Charlie hasn't given her any reason to not trust him. And so the audacity for her to go and do that is unacceptable. In the meantime, while she's busy kissing this man's face off, you have Charlie sort of venting, and it's like, his gut is right. And sadly, the moment, Shirley turned him down and Hannah came in, he put all his eggs in Hannah's basket and he never looked back. So it's going to be devastating for him. Hopefully he and Shirley can give it another go. I think he's better off with Shirley. Let Hannah do what she wants to do, but that guy is going to make her cry, because if he can do that so quickly, then what will he do when another bombshell walks in that he likes? And by then, Charlie will have kept it stepping. Hopefully he doesn't leave the villa because he's that brokenhearted. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 8. Bye guys.